Hi all, it's Karen and
Me.
Bob's joining me on this one. We're going to do a couple discussion videos. Haven't done any of these in a while. I just had a couple, ideas jotted down. So this one, thought we'd just talk about purchasing physical media, movies, I guess I should say. Is it needed, wanted, with the amount of streaming services available? I don't know. I mean,
You go ahead and you start it and
I
let me know what you
mean,
want me to say.
I'm trying to think. Well, I don't know how you feel about it.
Back in the 80s, collecting videotapes was cool. The big boxes, the artwork was awesome back then, yeah, because if the movie was horrible and it had cool artwork, it would be cool to have in your collection because there's lots of movies that were terrible, but the artwork looked awesome. The drawings that they did and that stuff that they did back in then, like just look at all the old horror movie covers, like the classic Halloween. Everybody, well, not everybody, well, anybody who knows anything about movies should know when you say like the original Halloween, what comes to your mind? What you think of that for like if you were to see that somewhere? Then they'll say the pumpkin with the knife. Everybody knows that shit. Or in the same way, there's lots of covers that are known by, or lots of movies that are known by their covers. The artwork is awesome. That for me it was cool because I still like when you went down to that store looking for video stuff. I said if you find the Prom Night that has the original cover on it, not the one with Jamie Lee Curtis on it, I'll take it. If you would find the Trick or Treat movie from '86, so the heavy metal one, the artwork is awesome. The DVD of that is a shit Photoshop with a chiller font because I've used that font myself, and like recent pictures of Ozzy and Gene Simmons that don't even look like they're characters in the movie, and they're in the movie for like about probably if you had all their time is about a minute total, with Gene Simmons being the DJ and Ozzy being the preacher guy who's just on TV. So back then, yes, I mean, if I found a copy of Trick or Treat back then, we didn't have a player, but I would want it because of the cover. If you found the DVD of it, I don't want it because it looks like shit, and I hate covers. So
You're basing it more on the cover art than the
yeah,
actual movie.
yeah. Well, you say about collecting, right?
Well,
I don't want.
in general, like, how do you feel? Do you feel it's as with the cost of like DVDs and Blu-ray and
No, because I
4K
don't
and
think Blu-rays need to be $30 or $40. All they are is a piece of crappy plastic and a plastic disc. There's no reason I don't know what you're paying for. I mean, maybe if it's like a steel book or something like that, or it has a lot of cool stuff on it, or it's like I don't know, let's say it comes in a metal case or something. If it's something different, yeah. But if it's a crappy plastic with just a disc, it doesn't even have the cards on the inside of it with the like they don't tell you like the chapters, like chapter 5, it tells you beginning like it used to. They don't do none of that. So no, now no, because the presentation of them suck and it costs too much.
so
And
do
I'd
you
rather
feel with
watch
the
it.
amount of streaming services available that it's
I can watch stuff on YouTube. I know a lot of people don't like to advertise that or mention that. They always mention like, oh, if you pay, I paid for it on here. You know what? Who gives a shit? I don't care about paying. If it's on YouTube for free, I'm gonna watch it. I'm not gonna rent it for $5. That's the other thing too. I'm not gonna rent a movie just to what? You're not renting something. You can rent movies in the video store for like $2, or if you catch specials, you can get like two movies for $2. So you could rent an actual videotape for $1. And now when you rent it now, it's like $10 or like sometimes what $20 to rent the damn thing. And what are you paying for? What are
downloaded?
you? That's not what do you? That's not a payable thing. What charge so much to download something? You can download shit for free, right? I mean, no, but I mean, what are you paying for to download? What does it cost to put a thing up to download it, as opposed to going on YouTube and trying to find it and watch it on there? Why do Because I've seen stuff on there like, oh, you could go on and buy a movie. It's like $10, say, or rent it, and then I search on YouTube and I find it on there. And what? The quality of the picture might not be as good, but why would you want to pay $10 to rent it when you can go watch it on YouTube for free?
Well, it seems like even like new movies that come out, like
Movies suck.
even like new releases that are on sale, you're paying $25 at least.
Yeah, Blu-rays that come out. Well, it's stupid. Yeah. So no, I mean, I don't know how deep you want to get into this, but nowadays, no. Back in the '80s, I liked VHS artwork. I liked awesome, like horror movie artwork. Even comedy stuff looked funny. You know, like the classic Porky's cover. You know, the leg and the eyeball. That's not or Animal House. Even like comedies, they're drawings that people drew up, and now they're just like stupid Photoshop pictures and stuff like that.
But you're saying though, if it's a steel book, which I know we've gotten
If
a
a
few steel
steelbook with
books.
the original artwork that was on the VHS, yes, I would buy it because I think you got a couple things that are like that. Maybe not the original, but if it's like really good artwork, because sometimes like Shout Factory and Scream Factory do like really good artwork, kind of like with um, Sleepaway Camp, they redo the artwork, but it looks really good. If they have redone artwork, I like that, and I like having it for that. But if it's really horrible artwork, or sometimes they'd have the thing where it reverses. You take it out, you get the old school artwork with the new artwork on it. I like that. But even then, but it's just, I mean, I could have bought Sleepaway Camp on VHS when it came out for $5 or $10, and now if you would want to buy it on the Blu-ray, it's like 20 or 30. And what do you think it'd be cheaper to make it on a DVD or Blu-ray than an actual videotape? Because that's more, and you got to have the tape in it, all that tape. So I
Well,
don't
you
know
would
why
think.
it costs so much to do that. So.
Well, I know it's even. I think you have me watching a couple movies in the Amazon cart, and I think like that Killer Party. I think is still like $25.
No, I like the movie and I want to get it, and it's not worth it because if I probably could have, rented it. If I could, you can't even rent it anywhere that I've seen. I don't know. Maybe you can. I just can't find it
Well, I
anywhere.
mean, I know. I think around here, rental stores are
No, I meant to
non-existent.
even rent it on Netflix. I
Oh,
mean, not Netflix. Rent it on or Amazon to pay for it, kind of like one of
or
those things.
Xfinity or something
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
you can't. I don't even. Well, I think maybe it might have been on that Xfinity, but it was like $5 or $6. What do you, like I said, what are you paying for it? You're not renting. You're not paying for a store like a video store. You're not paying to actually have the tape. You're paying it to watch it on there. So what are you paying for on there that you're not paying for when you watch it on YouTube?
Hmm.
Or when you watch, because they have free movies on there to watch on YouTube. Free to watch, free to watch, free to watch.
Hmm.
I look through there. Die Hard 2 is on there free to watch. There's like all kinds of stuff on there free to watch on YouTube. So why would I want to go on Amazon or whatever those other ones are at Xfinity and pay 10, $20 to buy it? I mean, it's not the point of like stealing the movie. I just don't feel that it's worth it. I mean, I don't mind paying. I mean, if I'll buy a movie if I really like it, but I'm not buying a $25 for a crappy plastic Blu-ray with crappy artwork. If it was like an awesome looking box set and had like 5 discs and like that Dawn of the Dead DVD box set that has 3 cuts of the movie and it has a booklet and stuff like that. If that was like $20 back in the day, yeah, but I don't know what I got it for. Something like that, like an exclusive thing that has like 3 discs, this version, that version, an edited version, or extended cut or whatever. Like I'm waiting for the 4-hour version of Planes, Trains, and Automobiles to come out. If that will come out, I will buy that or something. But I mean, this
But then too, they also do all these like reissues and
no,
10th, 20th
but
anniversary
they don't do
release.
nothing to it. That's the thing, I don't like buying a whole bunch of that stuff because it's like, yeah, I basically watch it for the movie unless it's something spectacular. Like I said, I have like 2 copies of Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. The only way I would ever buy that again or want it again is if they would come out with like an addition to it, or like the Star Wars, if they would ever re-release the 3 old ones, Star Wars, Empire, and Jedi, if they would really re-release those with the way they should have been released back in the theaters, like without all that other crap that they did, and they sold it for like if they were like $20 each, and they were like a good copy, I probably would get that like that because it's the original thing. But I'm not going to buy it again when it's just the same thing where Yoda's a CGI thing, or they replace the Emperor or Vader with what's his name, Christian Haydenson or whatever the hell is.
I said Christian Anderson, but I
I
know it
don't.
wasn't right.
Everybody
Well,
probably
I
knows
think
what I
even
mean.
though it's planes, trains, and automobiles, you're saying you have two, but it was because you wanted the steel book,
Yeah, because I like those. They're good
right?
quality. I like them. They're cool to have. I like steel books because they're not plastic pieces of crap that have a stupid recycle thing cut of it. And okay, I want to go on record now, and I never heard anybody say this. They might have. That recycling stuff on Blu-rays is total bullshit. They say they do that to save plastic. All it does is save them materials that saves them money, and they still charge you more for it. So there's another reason why I won't buy that shit. And if anybody thinks the same thing, leave a comment in that. That's all that recycling thing is with those Blu-rays. Whenever you buy those Blu-rays or DVDs, they have that crap cut on it. That's not, oh, we're saving plastic for the environment. No, you're not. You're making it cheaper for you to make them, but yet you're still charging more or the same as you would if it was, the full piece of plastic on it. It's not recycling. It's not saving the environment. It's saving you a couple of dollars and charging people more. So there.
I'm even trying to think, minus those 4 movies I picked up at Dollar Tree, and I'm not even
A,
counting
a dollar
those.
would be fine.
$1.25, because I mean Dollar
That's
Tree
fine.
raised their price. I'm even trying to
Of course.
think the last movie. I mean, I think yours was like the Planes, Trains, and Automobiles because you wanted
Because I like the
the
Steelbook.
steel
Well,
book,
plus I have it on
and it was on
DVD.
sale.
If I have a DVD of it and it's crap, like it's old, or if it looks like it's a DVD that was filmed from like an old videotape that looks just like VHS quality, and they re-release it and the picture is fantastic, then maybe I'll get it. But if it's just the same old run-of-the-mill and you can't tell what version you're watching, I'm not going to buy it again. Like, I'll never buy any Star Wars old ones again unless they actually do come out with those ones I said about that have those crappy stuff taken out of it when they reissued it. It had it the way it was when it originally came out in the theaters. Stop re-releasing all this stuff and just making it, I don't know,
Yeah, because I mean,
adding
I can even
something
think
dumb in
like
it.
when we got our Blu-ray, we kind of started rebuying stuff on Blu-ray, and then we were like,
Some of the quality isn't any different.
no.
Sleepaway Camp, that was good because the version I had of it was edited for, I don't know why the hell they edited it, which is stupid. And then the picture is a hell of a lot better. So yeah, and I like that movie a lot because I watched that a lot. Mostly anything 80s, if it's re-released and it's really good quality and it's something I like, then I'll get it. If it's something now, I don't really care because I don't care about new movies because they're just, they
Mhm.
don't. But yeah, I mean,
Yeah, I'm even trying to think like
and
even
Friday the
myself.
13th, you got the Steelbook. But I have like the original DVD with the original cover. Then I have the DVD with the extended stuff in it. And then you got like the Blu-ray, and I'm like, oh, okay, because I was sort of the Steelbook's cool, but I thought it was a DVD. It ended up being a Blu-ray with that, and I'm like, okay, that's cool because I don't have that on Blu-ray.
Well, that was because too it was on sale for $10
Well, there you
to get
go.
the steel
A
book.
Steelbook, $10. Okay, if I really like, I have to really like the movie.
Right.
I'm not going to get it because it has cool artwork on it. If I hate the movie and has good artwork, I won't buy it. But for a video tape, if it's like $1, I would get it back then. I mean, that may sound weird, but or especially those big boxes. I don't know if you know what a big box is
Hmm.
or whatever. I mean, I don't have any of those, and I remember seeing them. There's a few of them I'd really like to have, but unfortunately, if you try to find those from like the '80s, they're usually in horrible shape or faded, and they're not
Extremely
worth anything.
expensive.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. If it's crappy and beat up, and if it's only like $1, then I probably would get it. But if it looks like crap and was sitting in a video store and faded, and they want $50 for it, they can go
Hmm.
piss off.
So I mean, it's like I said, I kind of get on the fence with things. I mean, I really that's why I'm even like I said, I'm trying to think the last movie I purchased for
I'm just sick
myself.
of it.
I mean, like the last Blu-ray I know I purchased was Supernatural season 15, but I have all the other seasons. So I'm like, I'm not even
Well, see,
counting
that's the
that.
other thing too about buying like TV show stuff too. I mean, I have some of that stuff too, and a couple things, but I don't know what it may. I just can't sit and watch like a 10 season box set of something where 20 discs the entire. I mean, I don't know. I just can't. Don't have the patience to sit there and do that. Some of that I like to get. Like there's lots of stuff that I would like to get TV show wise that have never been released. Or like Alf. Oh, I wish that those DVDs are shit. They look fine, but they're edited. They're edited, and it pisses me off because I really love that show. It's better than nothing, and if they're cheap, yes, because I really like that show. But I have all 4 of the Alps, but they are. It's cool to have it because I like the show and I want to get something. But if I had to review those in and of themselves, they're fucking shit, and I hate them because they're edited. They're cut down. They're not the original versions that were on TV in the '80s. They are edited. There's stuff taken out of them, and I don't like that, and I don't know why they do that. They're basically a TV version. But I'm Coach, and that's not edited because I used to have those on VHS. I recorded them off of TV. They were cut down, I guess. I don't know why, but then when you got them on DVD, oh, okay, they're like the original way they were, so there's extra scenes in them. That's
Hmm.
cool. I don't like that. I mean, I love Alpha. It's one of my favorite shows, but it's same way Married with Children. Some of their stuff's cut. If you buy later seasons, the damn Love and Marriage song in the beginning it's cut out. It's like, and I'm not paying for that.
And
I'm not paying for it.
I'm laughing a little bit right now because like Bob will even said with the Terminator movie
Yeah, I
how
don't like that either, and you don't even notice it.
I don't notice it, but he's a diehard when it comes
Oh,
to
I
that.
love Terminator.
How the lasers sound different.
The gunshots sound different. Leave a comment if you know what I'm talking about. If you watch The Terminator back in the 80s, if you buy it on the original VHS, the gun sounds are different. I have a VHS copy of it that I taped a long time ago, but they're different. Whenever you would watch that, yeah, and I don't like that either. It's like they're Star Warsing it. This is what I like to say. They're going back and they're changing this, changing. I don't care if you'll make the picture better, great. I'm all for going back and taking a picture and brightening it up because some of the more horror movies I love, but they're just so dark you can't see what's going on. You can't see nothing. They want to go in and fix it up like Night of the Living Dead. I've seen a copy of that. It's actually on YouTube for free to watch. The
Well,
video
that's
quality is a hell of a lot better on YouTube than it is from watching some of the old VHSs. And it is so awesome watching that again. It almost looks like it was filmed like now, like they made it this
well,
year
that's
of how
because
good
they
it
screwed
was.
themselves up with the copyright, so you'll find that
But
anyway.
it's good that they cleaned it up. That's what
Mhm.
I want. Like with Dawn of the Dead, they did a good job of cleaning that up from the videotapes. And well, there's other movies that were just they looked absolutely horrible. Like The Evil Dead, I love that movie. It's cool watching the gritty version of it, but I do enjoy watching
Yeah, I
the.
remember us
See,
watching
you can
it like
see it.
on DVD, I think it was, and Bob's like, "Oh my God, there's a stick, a log, or
Not
something
that that
stuck under
matters,
the."
but it's cool seeing
He was
things.
like, "You didn't see that originally."
I like when they brighten stuff up. I don't want, and then if they find or if they cut out, or and the whole thing about the Friday the 13th we talked about on there. Like I said, if by some chance they would find the edited stuff of Friday the 13th Part 7 in good, fixable shape, even if they did what they did with My Bloody Valentine and put it in there, if it's a little grainy, I can deal with that. But if they could find good versions of that lost somewhere and re-release Friday the 13th Part 7 on its own in a steelbook for $25, I'll go. But it has to have the edited stuff put in the movie in a fairly decent quality for me to buy. Don't be perfect. I'm willing to see it just to have that in there. Same way with the stuff from Friday the 13th Part 2. I know they found that and put that in on the box set, but here's an idea. Put it in with the movie. Don't put it as bonus features. Fix it up the best you can and insert it into the movie like they did with the first Friday the 13th. They added those extra scenes, and whenever he got the arrow through the throat, there's an extra scene. Add it in the movie. Now, if you do that with Friday the 13th Part 7 and a steelbook for $25 with the original artwork, I'll buy it. And I would even pay $30 if you could get audio commentary from Kane Hodder.
Plug. So
And Junior, bring back. I want to see that on the one that nobody ever talks about. I'm sorry.
the one we did a review on.
I don't. You must have did that with Pluto because
Yeah.
That movie, like something like that, and they're turning too. Put stuff that's never had an official release. There's lots of movies out there that have never, that as far as I know of in the United States, have had an official, not a DVD-R or somebody homemade or whatever, an official legitimate release that has never been on there. And I don't think Confessions of a Serial Killer. I think that was on a DVD, but again, it was edited. It was cut down. Don't do that. Re-release that on Blu-ray. Okay, I don't know whose channel is on, but if you're a big fan of that movie, look it up. Confessions of a Serial Killer, as of now, is still on YouTube. It's almost 2 hours long. It has all kinds of extra footage in it. You can watch it for free on YouTube, and you get everything in it. And you don't have to buy the DVD to get an edited version of it. It's like paying for a movie that's edited for television. All right, sorry, you can go now.
No, I'm just like I said, I get on the fence about it still because it's like I feel like I watch more things streaming anymore.
It's a lot easier.
It's the convenience. It's like, okay, I don't have to go digging through because my movies are not. I have them somewhat organized, but
That's all it is too. It's so much easier to just turn
anyway,
the TV on, look for it, pop or not even pop it in, just push the button.
or
And
if
play
you're,
it.
it's like, hey, I feel like watching it. Speaking to the remote. If it comes up, it's on anything. Oh well, I'll watch something else.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think too, it's like it's the convenience factor as well with it. I mean, yeah, not everything's available everywhere on streaming.
And that's sorry.
No, go ahead.
And that's why I'm a kind of sort of against streaming, basically because I'll go on the Netflix. I'm gonna say I don't like Netflix, and here's why I'm gonna tell you. I'll go on Netflix, and this is an example. I'm looking through Netflix. Ah, cool. The original Texas Chainsaw Massacre is on. It's going to rain in a couple days this weekend. I'm going to watch it. I'll go on and it's taken off. or it'll say this movie expires at this date or is taken down. That's why I don't like it, because it's not reliable, because they put them on there, then they take them off. It's sometimes
And
it's worth having because, oh, it's always going to be on there. No, it isn't.
well, I think even in general, I think sometimes it's with contracting and everything else.
And I
But
don't like all that. That's a
you
bunch
would
of
think
bullshit.
with the amount of streaming services that are available, though, that
It's Texas Chain, like that's been on YouTube for free a couple times
right.
also.
I mean, I don't know. Like I said, I've cut back our streaming a little bit. I mean, I mentioned in the Fear Street trilogy, I'm going to be getting Netflix back just because of a series that's going to be coming on. But literally, I read an article the other day. All 10 episodes are going to be on like October something. I'm off the week of Thanksgiving, so I'll probably get Netflix back around then. Watch all 10, cancel it out again.
I don't like that stuff.
Yeah, and I think even with Netflix, it's just even I don't know. It's just they don't have a lot of the older stuff, or you
No,
know,
they never have. There's not all the stuff I never heard of. There's always these dumb movies. The covers are horrible. The covers don't grab your attention. I mean, come on. Anybody would probably, well, not everybody. I keep saying that. Most people that I think would be like me, you're drawn to a cover. Same with music. You know, you see a cover and like that kind of that draws you into it to see. Same, I guess, I don't know. You're a big book fan. Would you look at a cover of a book out of a bunch like, oh, what's that? As opposed to seeing a book with something
well,
stupid
I
on it.
can kind of think that's what drew me into some of the either the cover art or the
Yeah,
title.
but they don't do that anymore. There's
Hmm.
no effort taken into the artwork to draw you into it, because it's like, oh wow, what's this? And I've noticed that that's like a lot of the movies from some of the movies from the 70s and 80s. They had awesome artwork, but the movies were horrible. They were total garbage.
Well, I think
But
even earlier you were showing me something that somebody sent you, and the one cover you showed me, I'm like, oh my god, I remember seeing that cover at the video store.
so yeah, you stick with that you associate it with something. You know,
Hmm.
you associate artwork with movies. So
Like I can't remember what that movie was, but even like when you used to have your Dead Pit poster out here, I remember seeing that box cover at the
yeah,
video
and
store.
the eyeballs lit up. See, and they go that too. They get creative. You push the button, the eyes light up.
Hmm.
They don't do anything.
Didn't you
I don't
buy
do nothing.
that?
Yeah, and then it broke.
Broke. Yeah, one of the video stores was going out of business here.
And I had it
A
for a year or two, and then the
few,
lights didn't
yeah,
work.
a few years ago, and
They released it on the DVD, but it's cool that they still used that cover, but they didn't do anything
right.
special with the
But he
eyes.
grabbed that because
Yeah, and then
the
it didn't
eyes lit
work.
up, and
I
then
guess it would have been worn out or whatever. Yeah,
yeah. But that's like even now it seems like some people are like collecting VHS now because they are looking at the cover
it's
art.
cool to have the artwork and have it in your collection.
So I mean, we've been kind of watching, and that's what
Artwork
Bob
is
was
cool.
saying. There's a store in the area that it's a resale store with media stuff, and
Yeah,
here I went in the back the one time I was there. I hadn't stopped in a while, and I went back, and here they had a section with cassette tapes and
yeah.
VHS tapes. So I'm on the phone with him going over what's in there,
I want to try to find something. Keep entertaining.
and actually I found a couple cassettes I ended up buying him, and
Yeah, they're like $1.
yeah, they were like
I'm
dirt
not trying
cheap,
to
and I'm
talk
like,
about it. I just want to
hey,
make
I
sure you
don't
can
even
hear
know
me.
if these work or not, but he has a couple things down in his man cave. So like I said, with some of it, like I said, I think for me personally, it's like the purchase
Ah,
anymore.
here.
It's just kind of like
This here. I just want to show this. This to me, I just want to go on record. For me, officially, one of the best album covers to the worst album covers. I wish I had the VHS, but I don't. This is the absolute worst flipping cover I've ever seen to one of the most awesome covers. And I don't know if you can do that stuff on your picture where you bring it up
no,
or
I
show it or
haven't.
something. So yeah, go on your phone. I'll
Yeah,
talk while you find it. It's right here. You'll know. I'll say its price. But like I said, this is one of the reasons why I don't buy stuff, because it's just like, this is garbage. This would be like in a $2 bin. But I really like this movie. A lot of people don't, and I think, and also there's a Diddley Squad in here, and like, I'm not paying for this. This is like crap. You should be able to find it pretty quick. It's
hold
the
on.
one with the singer with the guitar, blah blah blah. But yeah, Plus everybody say, well, movies have to make money. Okay, we'll answer this question. Leave a comment. I'm not trying to be a smartass about it. If you know the answer to it, leave a comment. No, that's not it.
Okay.
I'm sorry, but what was I saying? Yeah, with the money thing. How does a movie make money? Movies make money at the theater, right? I'm asking you, is it true or no? Basically, if a movie like Star Wars, okay, a movie like, we'll say Star Wars: The Last Jedi, that's the first thing that popped into my head. If that's going to make money and get their box office, that will get it to theater, right?
pretty much. But I mean, they do say some movies actually get more of a following um, in home
Well,
release.
basically, the point I'm trying to make is, how
Right.
do they make any money whenever you're putting that on a, like, if you have okay, what is Disney a month? What do you pay a month?
Well, I get the triple thing, so it's like 15, 16.
Okay, you're paying, you get that kind of like paying for an HBO subscription. How do they make any money whenever that's the mother
Okay.
effort right there.
I had to pull up image and
All
put
right,
original.
I'll get done with this and then you can show what
Okay.
I'm talking about. What was it? Yeah. How does that move? What if the last Star, or okay, say the Force Awakens. Well, do you think that would have made as much money or been as successful if they'd have just released that straight to Disney and not to theater?
Probably not.
Well, then why do they do stuff like? I'm glad they do it, but if they're so concerned about that, why do they make movies like with the Halloween? Oh, it's going to be streaming, or like that Orphan. Oh, it's going to be on the Paramount. But sure, you're having it, but how does it make money? And not to get off topic too, I'm just using this as an example. How does wrestling do anything? Because they have pay-per-views. WrestleMania, you pay $50 to buy WrestleMania. Now, if you subscribe to Peacock, you can get it for free. How do they make any money? That's basically
Well,
so.
I
If they're
think you still can buy the
but if they're
pay-per-views.
basically if they're complaining about money, yeah, okay, here. This is what I mean. That is a badass cover. Look at that with that BC Rich guitar. That is awesome. I'd love to have a videotape of that. Now look at this piece of shit.
It took
Now
me a
if they
little.
had to put that cover on that, look at that. Those aren't even the pictures of them from the movie. They don't look like that in the movie, and I don't know what
And
the hell.
basically, they're promoting them as like the main.
Yeah, Gene Simmons, Ozzy Osbourne, and look at that font. Look it up. You don't have to look it up here, but see that font? I'm pretty sure that's called Chiller font. They probably stole that from like Font Space or something like that and
Oh,
put
like
that
you
on
do.
there. I'm not designing a cover for a professional movie that was made in '86 that cost $5 million. I mean, come on, when you think about it, doesn't this okay? If you were to see this and you don't know the movie, if you didn't know who either of those were, say you'd never heard of them, and you saw this, would you think this looks like a movie that was made now that somebody made on their phone just as a joke?
Probably.
Does this look like this would be a I don't know what the budget was, but say $5 million movie, a professional movie with professional cameras and legit
No.
effects? Exactly. So I would see this cover, and be like, I'm not watching that. That movie's probably
I
gone. I'm sure
probably
people.
paid. We probably paid about $5 for that DVD.
Yeah, but I'm just saying that's the reason too why I wouldn't. No, if they would release this movie again with cleared up picture quality on a Blu-ray with that cover on a box on a steelbook, then I probably would say, you know what, this is going on eBay for $1. I don't give a shit, and I'd be getting that Blu-ray steelbook with that awesome cover on it. That's the point I want to make with like collecting stuff, because this is why I don't. This is an embarrassment to have in your collection.
So
But I like this movie so much, I wanted something because I like to watch it. It's cheesy. Maybe we'll have to do a review on it sometime. I like it. It's not a great movie. I watched
I
it
would
when I
have
was
to
a
watch it
kid.
again because I don't
When I was
remember
in
too much.
I'm still into it, obvious metal and all that. But it was like one of the first heavy metal movies I seen. I liked it. I liked it that Skippy from Family Ties is in it. That's just hilarious. But I mean, I really like this movie. I like it a lot. It's a bad movie, but it's fun. I enjoy watching it. So I mean, but it deserves, like better than that. So and like I said, this cover doesn't do. I don't know why they couldn't have just used that cover or whatever. This
I
is
don't know.
this is a
Sometimes,
Photoshop piece of crap.
I mean, I don't know. Sometimes with the covers, is it
I don't
licensing
know.
or whatnot? Like, I'm not sure with
If I
all that.
didn't like this movie a lot and want to have it to watch it when I wanted to, because I can't rely it to be on anything to stream, like we're talking about streaming. This movie I like it a lot. So I'm like, oh, I'm in the mood to watch Trick or Treat. It's not on. It's not on. It's $10 to download. It's $20 on this one. I can grab this crappy DVD because at least I have it
Right.
to watch it. That's the only reason why I got it here. If I want to know what this was, but I'm like, I saw this cover like, this is horrible. This is like
We probably got that at
and
Kmart
a
or something and
seventh grader
on.
made this in Photoshop class or something. Like I said, went on Font Space, took that on there, and then found these pictures online of Gene Simmons and Ozzy Osbourne doing an interview or something. And I don't know what the hell that skull is. That looks like the skull that they did from Halloween 3 or something. I don't
Who
know.
knows? So, I mean, I guess I mean, even though we've kind of gone off on other things.
Not
So,
really. We're talking about collecting. This is why I don't collect.
right. So, I mean, it's like, okay, let me know in the comments what your view is as far as purchasing. Is it kind of like you just like to purchase them for the collection? Like, I know for myself personally, I'm only buying something if I want the movie real bad. I don't really collect things.
No, it has to be
I
awesome.
know Bob is a little bit more of a collector, especially, he's kind of become I don't want to say obsessed with the Steelbook, but
They're cool because they're not cheap plastic. That's why I like
right.
them.
Yeah, because I've gone a couple of, I keep an eye out. I check Best Buy every so often as well because sometimes they have good sales on the Steelbooks as well. Some of them are not cheap either. So, I just kind of keep an eye out with that as well. So, he might have like a couple, well, he wanted the My Bloody Valentine one recently
Yeah, that
too.
was, well, see, that has different artwork on it too, but I like that. That's cool. And it has the cleaned up extra footage in it. They cut out of it because that MPAA is a bunch of jagoffs. Sorry, I don't know if I'm allowed to say it or not. I don't like that. I hate that stuff.
I don't
They're
know.
telling you what you're not. Oh, that's too violent. You can't watch. They're telling you that you're
I
not
think
allowed
it's
to
just
watch something.
promoting like, well, damn, maybe I do need to watch it.
No, well, you can't because for so many years that stuff footage was lost. I
That's
saw
true.
that movie when I was a kid, and I just recently, after 30 years plus, finally got to see the footage, just like that Friday the 13th Part 2. At least I got to see the footage. It's on, don't buy it if you already have it. Go on YouTube. It's on there. Watch it for free. They have the footage that they cut out that somebody found. It's not the greatest quality, but you get to see what they cut out. So finally, after I saw that movie when I was like, 8 years old, and I'm finally seeing it now, all because they had to cut that shit out of it. And supposedly that one scene where they get double impaled or whatever, that was supposedly like lost or destroyed or something like that. So you
Well, it's
might
also
never
she
see that.
was underage.
Well, that they didn't, not that part. The part whenever they get speared or whatever, but that's supposedly lost forever. But it's like, and all that stuff's gone because some idiots on some ratings board say, you know what, you probably shouldn't show that. We're going to give your movie an X rating or whatever. Yeah. So they make them cut that shit out of it, and then people like you, me, and who enjoy that stuff don't have the choice on whether or not they want to see it. Nobody's forcing you to watch these horror movies. If you don't want to watch them, you don't have to. Don't tell me that, oh, you're not allowed to watch it because it's too violent. Well, first of all, it's not real, you boneheads. I guess the special effects artists are pretty damn good if they have to cut the gore out of it since it's not real. It's like, I don't understand that. It's not real. They're not showing somebody actually getting killed. Why they, it's just a special effect. You can't show blood. You can't show a foam head or latex head getting chopped off with a machete with toothpicks holding up.
I thought you were going to go there. That's why I kind of.
That scene was trimmed down too on Friday the 13th. It was just recently on there. And it's just like, what? It's just a latex head held on with toothpicks, and then, Tom Savini hacks it off with the machete that's
And you
probably not,
see the man
well, not
hands.
even, what's wrong with that? That's not even real. I can see if they were really killing somebody, then yeah, I can understand now, like doing stuff like that. But I mean, it's not real. It's just special effects. Why does that have to be cut out? Why does gore have to be edited? There, just for honest, why does gore have to be edited out? I mean, TV, yes, you don't want your kids. They may, or you would get scared and be like, yeah, that's too violent. I don't like that. But if I'm going to pay for it and watch it at my own risk or because I want to see it, and it's not even real, why don't I have the choice to see that? Why do they make that for me? Why is that?
Because you can't make that choice on your own.
Why? That's what I
I'm
mean.
just
Why?
saying that's what they're. Anyway, so let us know in the comments what your view is as far as purchasing movies goes.
Yeah. Piss on
Are
the
you
NPA and
do
their bullshit.
do you just do it because you're a collector? Just because? Yeah, definitely hard to find ones. I can totally understand, but with the amount of streaming services out there, is that just more convenient? So let me know down in the comments. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.